So the essence of finding work that you love is telling your work story. And as a writer, one thing I grew up with is there's basic building blocks: who, what, when, where, why, and how. Let's talk a little bit about when, because the when has to do with timing. First of all, I want to emphasize the great opportunity of this moment is that for most of the century that we were enthralled with the idea of the linear career, there was this widespread expectation that if you got off the path, right, if you made a non-traditional choice, you could never get back on the path and you were making a decision forever. That's not true anymore. When there is no path, you can get on the path and off the path as often or as frequently as you want for whatever reason that you want. So first of all, let's just remember, if you're making a decision about timing in your career, you're not making one decision forever. You can change this decision in a few years, okay? So maybe you have young children and you want to spend more time with them. Okay. Or maybe you've got a kid on the travel soccer team and you need to say, well, that's my primary job right now. So I'm going to do this I'm going to take a main job because I need some salary and benefits, but flexibility and working remotely is more important so I can be with my child. It's the same thing with, say, entrepreneurship. A lot of people have a primary job that they're doing, but they want to start something on the side. Okay, so maybe they devote some time in the evenings and the weekends, right? Maybe they're making pickles, or maybe they're working on a screenplay. And then there might come a time when it flips. And this is a question that comes up over and over again. Is now the time to stay, or is now the time to jump? And one way of thinking about it is the pain of jumping greater than the pain of staying? And when that flips, you know that that may be the best moment. But another thing a lot of people do is they give themselves what I call a buffer zone, right? I'm going to go, I remember when I set out in my 20s to write my first book. Okay, this was an absurd, I didn't know anyone who'd ever written a book. I grew up in Savannah, Georgia, which is not the literary capital of the planet. And I said, you know what? I'm going to give myself 2 years to see if I can pull this off. So that's carving out a little window of time to say, okay, I'm going to take a chance during this period of time. And if I can't work, I'll do something else. But if it can work, then I'll follow down that path.